I hate the fact that Charlotte from The Traitors is making me defend a man on the internet, but here we are.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing Conor Maynard and Charlotte Chilton. Now, Conor Maynard is a British pop star and Charlotte Chilton is a TV star. Now, apparently both of them had a one-night stand some months ago, and she claims that the baby father is Conor, but two DNA tests have shown that the baby father is not in. But she's still insisting. So in this video, we're going to check out what exactly has happened with the both of them, the DNA test, what she's saying right now, and what people think about the whole thing that's been going on with the both of them. And then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now let's get into this video.
I don't want a child. Even if I'd been with you for 3 years, I wouldn't want a child. I don't want to. That's why I haven't got a dog, which I found really bad comparison. He doesn't have a dog because he doesn't want the responsibility, so definitely doesn't want a child. So I messaged him about a week after the 15-week scan, and I said along the lines of, "Hi, I'm having a girl. I want to call her Penelope Thornett. That's my family name, but I was advised to just run it past you and get permission from you." To which he responded then the following day or two, once obviously his PR team had a good look at it, and I can't remember the specifics of the message without looking, but the message basically said, "That is your miracle baby. I do not need you to tell me every detail. You do not need to run names or anything past me going forward."
What happened?
He was very jokey about it. So he was like, "What have we done?" I felt like I was talking to my friend, and we were just like, "Right, well, we'll just take each day as it comes." And
So when did it change?
it changed when I had my first scan. So then I sent him a picture and he just ignored it. And I said, "Feel free to respond." And he was like, "Well, I'm in shock, Charlotte." And when I spoke to him, he was just horrible to me. He says, "Well, I just don't understand why the you sent it me." And I was like, whoa, personality change, what's happened?
To the party, but I want to know what you all think about this situation. This is Charlotte. She was a star on the TV show The Traitors. At the Traitors after party, she met the singer Conor Maynard, went home together and sent a mutual friend this selfie in the morning saying like, "Yay, good matchmaking." Charlotte was, she says, separated from her ex-wife. Her ex-wife says they were still very much together and they had been trying for a baby for several years. Charlotte suffered several miscarriages. So when she miraculously got pregnant with Connor's baby, she decided to keep it. She said after their night together, but before the baby reveal, that they had stayed in touch and they were planning on meeting up again. But after she told him about the baby, he backed off and said it was her miracle baby and he wanted nothing to do with it. He did. Understandably, Charlotte was, I guess, very disappointed, but then decided to kind of sell her story to the papers, and this is what I don't understand. I just don't see what the benefit of doing it was. I get that this guy has behaved atrociously, I totally get it. I'm convinced that if it was a money thing, she could have just gone to Conor and said, "Look, you still need to pay your way." What do you guys think?
Conor Maynard has issued a statement saying he's done a paternity test and he is not the father of Charlotte's baby. He shared a statement on social media and it has shocked a lot of people, but he said he's not the father, he's done a test. Obviously, Charlotte gave birth and she said that Conor was the dad. He is now saying this is not the case. In his statement, he said, "Earlier this week, I took a paternity test regarding Charlotte Chilton's baby girl, Penelope, in the presence of her legal representative. Today, I've received the test results, which confirm that I am not Penelope's father. I am glad that the speculation can finally be put to an end." He adds, "All I would ask is that people act with kindness in response to this news. There is a child at the heart of all of this, and that should not be forgotten. I wish Charlotte and her family all the best." And he signed off Conor. Conor has long insisted that he is not the father of Penelope, but this is a claim that has been contested by his ex, Charlotte. the couple weren't on speaking terms, and everyone will know that follows them that it was a really rocky kind of relationship between the two of them. But now fans have shared their disbelief over Connor's statement. Guys, what do we think of all of this? As always, let me know your thoughts.
After an 18-month public paternity dispute, a second DNA test has confirmed that Connor Maynard is not the father of Charlotte Chilton's daughter, Penelope. The retest was requested by Charlotte after she raised concerns about the conditions of the first sample, and this time the swabs were taken under stricter accredited conditions. The result again excluded Connor. Connor posted a short statement saying the test is final, that he's relieved, and that he hopes everyone can now move on. Charlotte has been described by close sources as shell-shocked by the outcome and is said to be taking time to process the news. This chapter has cost both sides intense public scrutiny, social media and heavy emotions for a young family. The case underlines how paternity disputes can quickly become a national conversation when TV fame is involved. For clarity, the latest DNA result is the most recent development and is reported by multiple outlets. Legal steps or any further challenges have not been confirmed.
Categorically say it is impossible. There is nobody else that Penelope could have came from. So when a result comes back that doesn't make any sense, you question everything. Is it something a DNA-wise with Penny? Is she a twin? Because twins can make a difference. I've gone absolutely insane trying to find a logical explanation. Bearing in mind, I'm working with someone who absolutely does not want to find out what the reason is. I've got a wall blocking everything possible, knowing in my mind 100%, like, unless of course she's Jesus 2.0, but I just don't think I'm that special. I really don't think I've given birth to the second coming. What else am I meant to do? I mean, the timeline, like how long I was pregnant, the conception date, she has a striking resemblance to someone that she's on paper is not her father. And then I saw that he'd posted out that the DNA test result was saying he's not the father.
Here's an invisible tissue for your invisible tears. Anyway, this is my studio where I recorded my brand new single, Cherry on Top. This is the producer, Brendan. Brendan, tell the people what they're going to think of this new single.
Honestly, I think...
One, I didn't understand it. So when a result comes back that doesn't make any sense, you question everything. I've gone absolutely insane trying to find a logical explanation.
Sobbing Charlotte Chilton. She says Connor Maynard is her daughter's father and claims a rare genetic twist could explain 2 DNA tests that exclude him. But here's the fact. 2 Ministry of Justice accredited paternity tests and Connor's own statement say he's not the dad. Tonight we map what's verified and what's not. Charlotte has publicly named Maynard and emotionally pushed for further testing. Maynard has posted the lab results on Instagram and on X confirming both tests exclude him. Major UK outlets report the second MOJ accredited test reconfirmed exclusion. Yet a new claim that chimerism or a vanished twin explains the mismatch currently appears only in a single tabloid exclusive and isn't backed by independent medical evidence in the public record. That doesn't stop intense fallout. Fans are divided, legal teams have been involved, and both reputations are bruised. We'll keep tracking any official forensic updates and Charlotte's own statements. For now, the clear, verifiable outcome. The tests reported so far exclude Connor Maynard.
Could a rare genetic condition be the reason that singer Connor Maynard has not been proven to be the father of Charlotte Chilton's baby daughter? I mean, that's what Charlotte has claimed in her recent interview with The Sun, and the internet is going wild. Charlotte brings up her daughter's DNA in this interview, possibly suggesting that Penelope could be a chimera. Now, this is a rare genetical condition where 2 fraternal twins merge in the womb, and therefore the surviving twin has absorbed the DNA of their sibling. And Charlotte claims that this is actually a much more feasible explanation than the fact that Connor isn't her daughter's father, despite the fact that he has now taken 2 Ministry of Justice ordered paternity tests, both of which have proven that he isn't Penelope's father. However, Charlotte says that unless Penelope is the second coming of Jesus, there is no other explanation. However, Connor, his family, his supporters are all saying the same thing, that this is ridiculous, and Charlotte knows the exact reason why he isn't showing as Penelope's father on the paternity tests.
I hate the fact that Charlotte from The Traitors is making me defend a man on the internet, but here we are. Context if you're not up to date with your D-list celebrity tea. Charlotte, who I quite liked on The Traitors, knew Connor Maynard, who was, I think, a singer. He's definitely the final boss of dating apps circa 2018. She met him through her fellow Traitors contestant, Harry. At the time, I think she was in a gay relationship with another woman, but bi people exist and God forbid a woman change her mind. That's not the issue here. The issue is that she suddenly wound up pregnant, and I guess her girlfriend at the time was like, huh? She was insistent that the dad was Connor Maynard. He was insistent that he was not the daddy. Many baby daddies do you have? They did a paternity test and it proved that he was not the dad. She said that there was another male present during the test, and she insisted that he take another paternity test under more supervision, the boundaries of which she outlined. Now, that test has come back and confirmed he is not the dad. She's put out a statement saying that she's going to go away and reflect, and eventually she will share her full story. Bitch, we don't want it. I feel like she has dragged her daughter through press, tabloids, like a full PR tour, and one day her little girl will be able to Google her own name on the internet and she is going to see this mess. Honestly, just go live your life with your little girl and forget about, I have one daughter.
I cannot be the only person who's gone down that is Connor the father rabbit hole. I thought that after 2 separate DNA tests that confirmed that Connor was not the father of Charlotte Chilton's daughter, Charlotte would go somewhere quietly, lick her wounds and think about who might be the actual dad. But no, honey. Charlotte is sticking to her story, and she's given an interview to The Sun in which she claims that the DNA tests are showing that Connor is not the father due to a phenomenon called chimerism. You know this kind of thing is catnip to a nerd like me. You know I had to read a scientific report about chimerism. One of the ways that chimerism occurs is when a woman was originally pregnant with fraternal twins. Early on in the pregnancy, those twins kind of fuse together, which means that one individual can have 2 different sets of DNA within them. That presents a problem with DNA testing, like paternity testing, for example, because if you swab the child and the DNA that's collected contains more of the vanished twins' DNA, it can create a DNA profile that looks odd and is therefore seen as evidence that the father is in fact not the biological father, if that makes sense. A famous example of this, DNA tests apparently showed that she was not the mother of the 3 children that she had given birth to, because she is a chimera, so she had different DNA in different parts of her body. This is so interesting. However, the problem for Charlotte's argument here is even when this happens, there's usually some sort of genetic relationship between the alleged parent and the child. Like usually the DNA match looks more like one of an uncle and a nephew, for example. It's not usually that there is no genetic relationship at all, but it also has to be said that there were usually a couple of false negatives, like complete negatives, and then more DNA tests were done and more exploration was done, and that's when the distant genetic link appeared, not on the first couple of tests. So for Charlotte to prove this, there would need to be way more tests, probably specialist labs involved, and I don't see Connor putting himself through that, to be honest. And I also have to say, despite the nerd in me wanting complexities, Occam's razor, is it likely that there was this rare complicated genetic issue, or is it more likely that there's been an error on Charlotte's side?
Charlotte Chilton from season 2 of The Traitors is adamant that Connor Maynard is the father of her daughter Penelope, despite him literally doing 2 DNA tests and they both come back as negative. If you are the delusional people that are saying that Connor looks like the baby, please block me because you're not going to like what I've got to say. You're all wondering how Connor and Charlotte actually met. Well, on Charlotte's season, Harry, who won The Traitors, was on the same season, and Harry's girlfriend is called Anna. Anna Maynard is Connor's sister. Now, at a rap party, Connor attended to support Anna and Harry, and this is where they had a one-night stand. Now, Anna and Connor have both been quite vocal on TikTok and alluded to the fact that because of the timelines that Charlotte is so adamant that Penelope was conceived within, it must be another cast member. Now, just to save you some Googling time, these are the cast members of season 2. Now, obviously, they also have spouses, they also have friends that could have attended the rap party, stuff like that. But let's be honest here, okay? Some of the males in this lineup are married. So obviously they're not going to come out and say, I fathered a child with another fellow contestant. I feel so sorry for Connor because he has been through 2 DNA tests that have come back as negative, and Charlotte is still claiming that Connor has high likelihood to be the father of her daughter, which is just crazy and so unfair to Connor. Connor has responded and actually released a song, which I'm glad about because he's finally getting his life back. But we cannot forget the creeps in his comment section who are on Charlotte's side, saying that she's, I can't pronounce this word, but chimerism. I'm going to move so you can read this, but please pause to read, like, it is ridiculous. They're basically saying that he must have a rare medical condition, one out of like 100 recorded instances, and the daughter is his and the DNA is just not showing up. Like, apparently this isn't Charlotte Chilton's first brush with controversy. We all know about the Charlotte Chilton Conor Maynard baby scandal, and even though there have been 2 paternity tests which have both come back to say that Conor isn't the father, we have, I think, at least in some part felt for her. Some of us have even thought maybe there's some truth to her story. She seems so adamant that he's the dad, there's no other possibility. Before the one night stand with Conor, we learned that she had been married to a woman, and all in all, I felt like she gave quite a wholesome vibe. But today I received an inbox message from someone who knew Charlotte from back home. In fact, this girl's best friend lived just down the road from Charlotte, she says, with her husband at the time. The couple also had a child. I will say at this point, this is all alleged. I don't have Charlotte's side of the story for this. Charlotte made friends with the couple and went on to have an affair with the husband, while still maintaining a friendship with the wife. According to the wife's friend, she would go into the house while their child was there and they would go into a different room and do stuff. Whilst of course this is from the past, maybe quite a long time ago, to me the deceit of it takes away from a little bit of the credibility of what she's saying.
Categorically say it is impossible. There is nobody else that Penelope could have came from.
So I'm going to show you guys something. I received this DM from Johnny Holloway's ex-wife. Johnny was a contestant in season 2 of The Traitors, which is the same season that Charlotte was a contestant in. In the message, Lauren says, "Hi Connor, I'm not sure if you're going to see this message, but my ex-husband is Johnny Holloway, one of The Traitors. He told me he slept with Charlotte around the same time as yourself, / she fell pregnant. I asked Lauren if she was okay with this information being shared by me, to which she told me it was okay here. Lauren also shared some personal information, which I've just blurred out of respect for her privacy. I feel like the main reason that people are still doubting me in this situation is because of the statement that Charlotte is making in the clip that I'm currently reacting to. You know, I don't and have never wanted to expose or air out someone's private matters, but surely you guys have to understand that there comes a point where I have to defend myself. I've been told by not only Lauren, but by other reliable sources that the statement that Charlotte is making is just untrue. And obviously, it's a statement that directly affects my credibility in this whole thing. I can understand that with Charlotte saying, it can only be me, it can only be Connor is the only person it can be, that a lot of you are going to be looking for your own explanations as to why 2 separate court-accredited DNA tests showed that I'm not the father. You're going to be looking at rare medical biological cases of someone that carries 2 sets of DNA. You're going to be thinking, oh, Connor must have paid off these multiple billion-dollar DNA testing companies. I don't have that much money, believe me. Like, that would be great, but I don't. And also, money aside, I wouldn't do that. If the DNA test showed that I'm the father, then I'm the father. Like, and then this whole timeline would be different. But that isn't what happened. But I hope with this new information that I've been given that you can see that there is just a high likelihood that Penelope is someone else's daughter. And by the way, just so we're clear, I'm not sat here saying, oh, there it is, I've cracked it, Johnny is clearly the father. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that there are other people that could be Penelope's father. And whilst it's not 100% Johnny, it is 100% not me.
There's been another development in the Conor Maynard and Charlotte Chilton paternity scandal. We have unlocked another character, Johnny Holloway. So Johnny Holloway is the one who was on The Traitors with Charlotte Chilton and also was revealed to be another potential father of Charlotte Chilton's baby via his ex-wife, Lauren Ward. If you remember yesterday, Lauren Ward gave this information directly to Conor Maynard. Guys, there's only one thing to do again. Can I tell you, this is the most British thing to ever happen. But the fact that this internet beef is happening with people that are in the public eye, that are supposed to be professionals in the eye of the public, This makes it feel illegal. Jezza, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, drop it. We need you here immediately. We need you to sort this out. Johnny Holloway has released a video and we're going to watch it together. This is what he said.
Hello, it's Johnny Holloway. Imagine waking up when you're in the middle of moving house from a separation that happened before the traitors started filming, that your ex-wife is insinuating you cheated.
Now, the comment section was already flooded, and you know what the common denominator was? Why are you not denying the fact that you could be the potential father? At not one point in that 12-second clip did you say, I am not the father. At not one point did he say, I am categorically not the father. Should have dropped to Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. How dare my ex-wife say that I am the father, or could be the father? Hell, I'm the father at this point. So, that was the update. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
I'm obsessed with the Conor Maynard girl from the Traitors baby drama. At first, I thought she's definitely lying. Who fails 2 DNA tests? And then I seen an interview. She was saying, like, he could be the only baby daddy and lost the baby's Jesus. And I thought, you know what? He must be lying. And then I heard that she has a wife. And she cheated on the wife with Conor Maynard. And I thought, you know what? She's lying. Don't believe it anymore. Who cheats on the lesbian wife? And then I seen someone say, Conor Maynard looks like a lesbian. So that's why she's gone with him. And then Conor Maynard's brother was saying, no, she's been with someone from a different season of the Traitors. And I don't know. So I seen someone saying, well, she went with someone in her season, but they've got away from that. So that's why she's not saying. What do you think's gone on here? Like, is she lesbian or not? What's going on? I need to know. I need to know what you think about this.
So we've seen exactly what Charlotte is saying. We've seen her thesis about why she feels like he's the father, and she doesn't understand why he's denying the child and how the child looks like him and everything. I would love to hear what you think about this whole situation. Do you think that she's right to continue to insist that Conor is the father? Do you think that she needs to let go and try to recollect who exactly is the father of our baby girl? I would love to hear your own thoughts, so please leave a comment in the comment section. Now, the first time I heard about this whole story was about some months ago when he did the second DNA test, and it was said that he is not the father. Now, I went down the rabbit hole and I saw that he had done a first test before, but she said, oh, it was not, the sample was not taken with people in there. It could have been changed. It could have done a lot of things. So he did the second one, and the sample was taken in front of the people that she had nominated, in front of the people that the justice system has nominated. And when it came out that the result was negative again, he came online and quickly said, this is it, he is not the father, and so he wishes everybody well and everything. And I thought everything had settled. All of a sudden, I see that she gave an exclusive to the Sun, and I'm like, why are you insisting? 2 DNA tests negative. Now you come and start saying chimera, blah blah blah, whatever that concept that she has gotten in her mind. And I'm like, is it like this girl is in denial, or is she hoping to hook this man to her by all means? Because it doesn't make sense. To be honest, I don't care what comments that people are saying. People are saying they don't believe him. You don't believe after 2 DNA tests done in the UK. Excuse me? You know, he sent the wrong sample. Sample that was taken right in front of our people, right in front of the court-appointed person. It is another. It's just funny to me how people are just insisting, oh, the paper looks like him. So, is that concrete evidence? Like concrete scientific evidence? It's just weird, and she's just going back and forth and really insisting. Now, I don't know what happened to her that is making her insist that the guy is the father, because if after 2 DNA tests you're refusing to accept it, it's beyond normal. I don't want to say it might be a mental health issue, she might be having attachment issue, or she might have seen him as a particular kind of way and now our dreams are being torn apart. But at this point, it's getting ridiculous because it doesn't make sense. You said the first one is a fake, is that, and the second one you're complaining. Is he going to continually be doing DNA tests to prove that he's not the father? Now, the response he had to our recent interview with the Sun is just hilarious because at this point, it's getting to a point where you just have to laugh. Honestly, because I don't get it. The fact that she's insisting is weird. And the comment section, there's so many people that are also insisting because they claim that her daughter looks like him, and I'm like, you cannot use that as concrete evidence that the guy Connor is the father. It doesn't make sense. For her to keep insisting and for the media to be giving her the opportunity to be spreading lies and making a mockery of everything is just something else. But then again, it is entertainment, so they don't care. As long as she's making her claims, it's drama, they are getting their breaking news, they're getting everything. No, the media publication will not care. So they will continue to feed into I don't want to call it delusion, but at this point it's delusion. Because if you cannot accept 2 DNA tests done, then I don't know what else you want. Maybe skip me. Anyway, that's my thought about this whole thing. I find it very weird that she's still insisting that he's a baby daddy, even with the DNA test. I would love to hear what you think about this whole situation. Do you think she's right to insist that her baby daddy is Connor? Or do you think she's in the wrong and she's being delusional? I would love to hear your own thoughts about it. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.